Okay, so after we done, everyone join the screen 啊，大家都 join 来 screen 啊，12个而已。Who else haven't joined 啊？I saw only 12 for you. Should be 13 okay. Okay, so like after we done all the model and shader, so let's say this is what you get with all the texture and the model done. I just simply do a really fast skin shader which only color. Okay, maybe I fill in the other color also for the pants. Hold on. Okay, so let's say we get something like this. So this is the other material. So this is just an example. You don't do this because I don't want it to look naked. I just don't want it to look naked. Okay, clean block. Okay. Okay, so this is what we get. Okay, so first thing first. Do you guys know about 3-point light?
Yes.
A bit.
A bit.
就一点咯。
Point light. Okay, so 3-point light, we mainly separate to first thing first, key light. We also call it main light. Okay, and this is the main light. So normally we will put it on the like a 45 degrees direction based on the front of the character, front of the object, not character, the object. Okay, normally is 45 degrees left or right, left or right. Okay, and then fill light, we can also call it bounce light. This light is to cover the shadow part. If let's say you try to imagine, of let's say the key, after we get the key light from maybe left side, so you see the right side will be like got shadow, and then we will go dark. So normally fill or bounce light we will use for the to make the shadow somewhat brighter, instead of we just make it like, you know, black shadow there beside the body, the other side. And then rim light. Rim light we also call it backlight, but normally we call rim light. Rim light, which the lighting to bring out the whole object silhouette, which the brightest light okay. So mainly this is a 3-point light we can actually a lot object, a lot character, we use this lighting for to present, to preview our work, 3-point light. Okay, also I would say it's kind of standard light for character for character. Okay, so let's look at some pictures. Okay, because when you type 3-point light later I'll also show you some demo so we look at some reference first. Later I'll ask you to practice, use your assignment to practice, and we can also use the lighting you create to render. Okay, so first thing first, we look at this image. Okay, so you see like I mentioned, let's say this is the object. Okay, this is the camera. Whatever camera you set up, maybe different angle also can, not only front view. So let's say for key light, normally from here or here. If let's say your key light in here, then your fill light in here so normally for key light will be the brighter light than the fill light. 一般上 key light 会比 fill light 来得亮，因为 key light 是主灯because key light is the main light So of course it must be brighter than the fill light. Fill light normally we use for brighten the shadow of the key light。好，一般上我们 fill light 呢都是用来补光，就是让我们的整个 character 我们的 object 没有这么的暗。因为 key light 打下来，它一定会是有一个很重的光在旁边，所以我们都会用 fill light 来打回亮它，不要给它这么的黑。And then backlight. Backlight normally from top of our object, top and back of our object. Here you can see it mentioned backlight. Normally we also call rim light, or RIM rim light. So rim light mainly is bring out the silhouette. Make the silhouette and the edge, the border look contrast. So the object will look some more clear and obvious 了。我们整个如果没有 rim light 的话呢，它会把整个 silhouette 跟整个那个形状带到更加的好看，更加的contrast。整个 object 它就不会 blend with 那个background。Especially if the object colors maybe close to the background color. So rim light is the really good lighting option to bring out the silhouette. They will differentiate the object and the background. 它可以让你跟那个 object 跟背景，如果颜色在同样的很接近的时候，把它整个分开出来，所以整个 object 会更加的明确更干净整个形状。Okay, so you can see this is the other reference but the difference is just the direction. So you can see the key light for this one, the yellow color one, is from left side our left side. Then you can see this image is from the right side. But actually the concept is same. 它整个概念是一样的，只是它的方向不一样。Only different direction, depends on how and which part, maybe which part you want to present. Maybe your left and right side is different. You want to show the object left side. Depends on you. But normally it is something like this for 3-point light. Okay, you can see this one also the same. Camera, key light, fill light, backlight. This is what we call standard standard 3-point light. Okay, so this is some reference. Hold on. This guy got some good reference. Okay, so look at this one. Okay, so you can see this is the key light. Let's say this is the object. So this is the key light from this view. This is the camera this is the camera. This is the camera. So the key light from this view, from the object left side. 这个 object 的 left side 从这边打过来。And then add a rim light. You can see this part is brighter than the front light, the key light. Normally rim light would brighter than the main light to bring out to make the silhouette contrast. So normally it will be brighter the brightest light 通常 rim light 会比较亮的，它会亮过 key light， 这样子它才可以把整个silhouette 跟 object contrast 出来所以可以看到这边它这边整个形状呢是更明显的。You can see the overall the portrait you can see this guy the silhouette is coming out and some more contrast. Okay, and then fill light. Why we add fill light is because you can see after the key and the rim light, you see the chin and neck is dark, right? So it's not looking good. So normally fill light is for to make the shadow look brighter, but we still can see the shadow. Normally the brightest would be rim and the second would be key and the fill, and then the rest is the direction. Depends on how you want to set, how you want to present to your audience, what you want to show to your audience. Okay, so far any question for the 3-point light? Nope, all good. 没问题。
没有。
Okay. Okay, so then we look at our object. So normally for character, I will use a HDRI as my key light, which we can go Arnold light Skydom. I believe you guys did use Skydom, right? And do you guys know about HDRI?
Yes.
Yes, so you guys did know how to apply, right? No, don't know. Yes, no.
Yes.
Yes,
Hi.
sure, Okay, so let's say we get the HDRI. Do you guys know this website? This website got a lot free HDRI, so you guys can actually go here to download. We get a studio. Yeah, it's lagging. Hold on. Okay, we find a single direction light. Maybe we get a room. Maybe this one, studio. Oh, because I don't want because the other studio it got few light. I want one direction only. Or maybe you guys can get this 4K and download. Okay, so after we get the HDRI, then we apply into our Skydom. Okay, so we're going to test it. Download. Hold on. Okay, so for main light, normally I'll go the back of the character, and then okay, let's say I want my key light from the left side. Okay, and then I go Arnold and render view to see the result first, to test first lah. You don't need to click the play lah, just click the repeat, refresher. Yeah, remember to close the camera lah. And you also can open the camera frame. Okay, so you get something like this. Normally I'll use the HDRI as my key light. Or if it's too bright, then maybe we slightly turn it down. Maybe 0.6. Also we get something like this. If let's say you see if you're using HDRI as your key light, which means you don't need fill light, because because HDRI is a rounded shape, is a sphere so it surrounds the whole character, which it depends on the HDRI to set the lighting. So for this one, you see it's not only one light it got two light here, which means it maybe already include the fill light. I mean, you use one light, you can already see the fill light effect, which overall is not bright enough, or overall is not looking too bright, and the shadow not looking too soft. So you might need the other light to support everything 也就是讲，你看如果我们做 HDRI 呢，它有些情况呢，有些 HDRI 呢，它会看起来整体好像已经有了 fill light， 它的 shadow 不会太黑，它的那个亮光也不会太亮。So depends on how you guys want to show lah. So of course, if you don't want to use HDRI, you want only the 3-point light, no problems. You also can set the 3-point light. Later I'll show you. So let's say if you want to use HDRI as your lighting, so maybe I slightly adjust the skin color. Hold on. Okay, and then after you get the SDI, then we can go again light, we create an area light. Normally we use this for object our character, and then we adjust the exposure. Maybe I set the camera. There we go. New. For render size, we make it like we make it 1K. We make it 2K. Sorry, we make it 2K. We make it square shape lah. Okay, and then unlock the camera first. For render view, remember to adjust your focal length. Later I will repeat again when we setting up the overall render setting. Okay, so we lock the camera. Okay, it's better for us to test render. Hold on. Okay, so after we set a camera and then we continue adjust the lighting so normally we adjust the exposure first to make it bright enough first. You can somewhat brighter until we can see the silhouette. You guys can see the white light 我们就是把它调成这样子，就是给它整个边边 the overall silhouette coming out. Will be okay. I think should be fine. And then maybe we make it longer. So the whole body can see the rim light lah. Maybe even wider, so the other side also can see the lighting. Okay, and then we can also adjust the rim light spread, which this one. Hold on. Oh yeah, but remember when you adjust the lighting, don't set the lighting too close to the model, because after this we need to set the turntable. So if let's say you see the hand overlap to the lighting, your hand will look dark, will look black, will look deep shadow. So we maybe drag it far from the character, and the exposure we set it higher. Okay, and then I think it might share the shader problems. Hold on. Okay, and then we can adjust the spread to make the color to make the lighting don't spread too much to inner side, or maybe we can put it like 0.5, so the rim light will go sharper, will look sharper the value, if the value higher, the color blend more to inner. Maybe we 0.3, 0.2. After we adjust the exposure, if you think that the lighting is not bright enough but the exposure is too much already, so you can adjust the intensity we remain it to like 1.5, 1 to 2, something like that. Don't adjust the value too high. Normally we adjust the exposure first. That's it. So you get something like this. This is the lighting if you want to use the HDRI to set your lighting. Or make sure overall look bright and not too dark and deep shadow or don't make sure 你们整个那个效果是比较亮的，不要整个黑黑的。So if let's say if you don't want to use this one HDRI, okay, maybe we can try to use the standard 3-point light. The good for reusing HDRI is you get the environment lighting. 就是你们如果用 HDRI 的话呢，它就有整个 environment 的灯光跟那个 reflection， 所以整个 character 呢看起来会比较真实一点点。that's why 为什么我会讲那个 HDRI 先。So let's say if you don't want to use, if you don't, you set the standard 3-point light. So we go area light. When we set the 3-point light, normally we will set one by one which first thing first, of course, we start from key light. So let's say I want my lighting come from the other side here, and then you set our lighting here, and you can test the lighting first. We test one by one. Not bright enough, maybe 10. So this would be my key light or you can test something like this, so you can see maybe slightly from top or even brighter. Okay, so let's say this is our key light. Okay, and then I duplicate and I turn down the exposure, maybe 12 or maybe 10, and I move to the other side. You see, to cover all this darker shadow, this part. Oops. So you get something like this. Okay, so we also can close the main light first, and then you can see how is look if we have only few light. And then we open key light and see the effect. Normally people will set some color for the field light. If you want to set some color, you can set up, but don't make some fancy color lah. Or maybe slightly blue or slightly warm color, or maybe brighter. So you get something like this. You see the shadow won't look too dark lah. Or if without the field light, you see this part. 然后它整体会比较黑一点的，如果有这个光呢，它就会比较偏亮一点点。We still can see the main light is from the character left side. So let's say after that, again we duplicate the lighting, and then we turn and move it to our back. And normally we'll set our rim light from top also the overall silhouette look some more clear and contrast yeah, don't forget the hand distance slightly far away okay, and then the rim light now we set 20, and these two light we hide it first, and then we test with only rim light. So you get something like this. Wow, the eye. Okay, the spread may be I think it's too bright, maybe 18, and the spread may be 0.3. and then I think it's still too bright. Okay, and then the 25. So you get something like this. Obviously, we just need to. Our purpose for rim light is only for taking out the silhouette. So I think this is good lah, good enough lah. Then we open all the lighting and play again. So this is what you will get lah. Okay. So far, any question or problems about this? 3-point light, how to set, how to use, which one you want to use, HDRI, 3-point light, anything? No, all good. Okay, perfect. So now I want you to use your own work to set up 3-point light, which this one standard 3-point light. Later I will pick some of you to show us how's your lighting goes. Okay, any question? No, all good. But of course you can play around the lighting lah. You can play fancy color, or you can play around first lah. But of course the render is supposed to be like this lah, the final render. Okay, so we break for 5 minutes. After that I will check your work one by one, and yep. After that I will talk about the render setting, render setup, render setting and the setup. Okay, one more thing, the pants, actually you guys can play around with the pants. If you don't want to make it just gray color or the reference color, you can actually design your own pants. Don't make tattoo lah, tattoo, don't play tattoo. Or you can build a platform for this guy, a platform for the turntable. Up to you. But we want to remain the naked body lah, and the leg, to show the accurate muscle shape you did. So you can play around the pants, you can play around the platform, up to you. Okay, if you want to put in some design element of your your own design. 你们可以自己玩一玩啊，就是这个 character 的这些它的裤子的 design， 它的那个platform 好像给它登 table 的，你们可以自己玩一玩。But 你们自己知道什么不可以放，什么可以放啦，不要放那有的没的Okay, that's it. Make Patrick pants. Up to you. But just make something that can publish. Wait, 好了没有？
我是开住的，懂了是吧
？Check 住啊，住还没有，不行啊。高后你开了吗？开好了吗？
开了。
来高后先。下一个加一呢？加你开好。OK， 高后你昨天是问我东西啊？昨天是刚才。
没有啊。
没有啊，不是你啊，这个不是你。OK， 来，看一下，这我的裤子 orange 色的。
我裤子我不清楚啊，因为我在那个 AI 才能 surface 那里 subsurface 换了一点，然后就把裤子又换颜色。
其实你应该把你的 texture map 放在 subsurface color 这一边。
哦，
对你 apply 进去你的 diffuse map。然后你再 play 一次，
啊，
然后 skill 的话不要放1啦 ，skill 的话你放你的 weight 放1啦，weight 放1，skill 放0.15，然后你 play 多一次，这样才有皮肤质感吗？
啊，
那个 weight 是 overall 的 skin material，你那个放降低的话，你就是你等于是没有，你懂吗？
啊，
等于是没有东西所以那个要放高，然后 skill 放低OK，so 来，你给我看一下头那边，颈的那边，给你 play 一下。OK，OK，OK 了。身体那边呢？你给我看一下裤子的那个部分。So far sim line 都 fix 得到都搞定了。
哦，
OK，很好。脚那边呢？给我看一下脚那边。你的 model 没有 on grid model 要 on grid 你脚板要在grid 的上面。对，整个脚板要在 grid 的上面。你记得 backup file 先。
我有很多个 backup 啊。
不，你盖好来了I mean 你的那个脚板记得要在 on grid， 不然你 set studio 很麻烦的，它会一直有 shadow。你看你的那个 model 就是这样子。OK 啊。
OK，
OK 就这样。有什么问题吗？
没有。
没有。OK，没有就 OK 了。好。OK，来，再见。你眼睛做梦？
我不懂他最后会放透明那些，之前的是这样子。
你是按照什么东西啊？也是。
对。
这样子我不确定是不是 model 的问题你可能要 import 再 export 过。
因为上一次也是有这种问题。
是
做下就变这样子，没有按到东西。
不会做下就变这样了，一定是按到东西的。
要 export 过的那种。
你可以 try 看去export 你的那个 model， 然后再 import 回去。
OK。
不然的话，这个问题我也没有试过，怎么会半透明啊？你试看这个方式先你试看这个方式先。如果真的再不能你再来找我了。
OK。
通常 export 再 import 过就可以了的啦，通常啦。你试看吧。But 你的 texture 的 sim line 很严重
打算用那个 Critic 跟它弄没。
什么用什么
3D 那个什么？
用 3D
可以
code
裁的
3D code 不是不可以啦 ，but 你要 make sure 你东西都偏得到跟它的肤色一样因为 3D code 的话它是偏颜色不了
我的那个 texture 全部它有跟在里面，可是它就是 它就是会有这些东西出来而去。
可以的，你记得上次我们不是讲过吗？怎么样去 fix 它这个东西？你看刚才的高后的，你有看吗？
有，
啊，那为什么它的会没有？会有现在？
我再快看。
对，上个星期我不是跟你们讲怎么样 fix 了吗？I mean 就是用 map 这样子的方式啊。现在它其实
我这个人
对啊，它现在的部分呢，其实不会很多的。你只要用
，OK，
应该不会超过20张 map 来盖掉它整个 Simline 的，
哦，对，
不会超过20张啊。
再用
around that 啦，你再 try 看。我是
，OK，
觉得你用 3D code 不是不可以，只是如果你会用 projection 啊，你就可以做。如果你不会用
哦，
projection 的话，你只是偏颜色不好，偏颜色不好看的哦。
对对对，明白。
你 try 看啦啊，
啊，对，
要尽快了哦。
啊，对，
OK，就这样。有什么问题吗？
就透明的就是，
透明的你 export import object 哦。
对
OK 啦啊，就这样子。
，OK，
来 next，JJ，
老师，我还没有做那个 texture 的，
你还没有 start texture 呢？
做是头吧，
什么？
做是那个脸的部分的 texture。
为什么这样慢？
调那个 modeling 的 wireframe，还有就是 adjust 那个 model，之前做到很偏那个 reference，然后花时间去 adjust 回。老师，你看一下，等一下，
来，
对，看得到，
然后就头发了，
自动是头的，
头也正面不了。
要给他赶那个 texture。
你们的 ED 啊，再 hold 个礼拜不了哦。你还要准备 presentation 的哦，你做要慢啊，你自己看着办啊，那个时间。你有什么问题你再问我啦。你要尽快了啊，尽快了。这个阶段我也不能讲什么的，我只能跟你讲尽快吧。好。有什么问题吗？有在做的时候有面对到什么问题吗？
做 texture 的时候是比较不清楚，就是那个他的眼睛、鼻子的那个我要对到什么程度？因为之前也是在弄 texture 的时候，就是一直去调他眼睛，会调到我就看不懂啊。
眼睛？你是讲整个 eyelid 吗？还是眼球？
尤其是最好的这个部分，包括眼皮还有眼珠的那个部分哦，我是一直在调啊。
那边其实你要看好它线就可以了啊，你的 wireframe。你看好了
这样对着我要先
你的 wireframe。其实你看你的 model 跟你的 wireframe 其实对到的，你对到那个线就可以了的。而且老实讲啊，很多时候啊，你真的不用对到准的，有时候我们在 Photoshop 也是可以 touch up 到的。你先拿一个 overall 先，拿一个 overall，然后过后你再看有什么问题，然后再去 touch up，然后再看什么问题再 touch up。你不可能就是 erupt 就是完美的。一般是我们自 erupt 先，然后看有什么问题，我们才去照，慢慢照，会比较理想的那个 workflow， 不然你这样子要做到几时哦？如果你想要做到直接就是 erupt 美的话，其实很难的。有时候我们是会在那个 Photoshop 那边啊，就是 manually 的去 touch up 某一些部分，有时候啦，有时候。
是那种所谓的就是在弄好了过后之后做 fix 这样子啊。
对，因为你很难讲，你一 rub 就马上可以用，你懂吗？有些部分，尤其是脸啊。 当然脸其实还好啦，脸其实还蛮容易拉到 OK 的。你要看好来啦。
对，哎，应该做好。然后有问题的话，我拜我找老师。
你尽快啦OK 啊，OK 就这样啊。OK 来下一个 Raymond。
我也是没有做那个 texture。
哎呀，搞什么啊？
这
你完全还没有做吗？
不是，我已经拆了出来，我只是剩那个景还没有拆吧。
猜什么
那个 mapping 啊，
？UV 吗？
这个啊，已经全部拆完出来，只剩那个景还没有拆吧。
喂，身体呢？
身体也是拆啊，
哦，就
只是
是你
还没有 edit 啊，还没有弄那个什么东西吧。
还没有全部 combine 在一起。
啊
你要快咯。
啊
因为这个阶段呢，你看来我能跟你讲什么，然后我只能跟你做快一点到了。
啊！
因为该讲的都讲了哦，有时候不明白的嘛，还是纯粹是做慢慢的。有什么不明白的嘛？
不懂要问什么。
就是没有啦，就是没不明白啦，就 OK 啦。就你就做快点嘛咯。
OK。
对啦，你尽量啦。哦，不明白你再来 DM 我啊。
OK。
可以来下一个人态。
我也是好像没有做到我的来背，但是我拿到全部那个 picture 啊，
什么来的？
很像我这个全部很像，好像没有做完，但是我拿到全部那 UV 了。
我看一下，你是讲好像 Raymond 这样啦，就是还没有。
就是一样啊。
OK，尽快了。
我是有一个问题啦，也是也是有这个 white part 要拆的，是不要拆的。
那个是哪里的？他的亲啊，还是他的 neck？
他的亲的啊，他的亲的。
亲啊，亲要 wrap 吗？
我要 wrap 的 ，OK 啊。
要，不然就白白那边不这样。
哦，所以很像就是 leave it there 啦，还是
什么来的？
因为我不懂是要 leave 这个 white 色是这样，还是要 leave it as white 罢了？
当然是要 texture 啦，哪里会要 leave it as white 的 ？Of course 要 texture 嘛。
哦，OK。
你突然间下巴一个白白在那边，我很奇怪。
呀。
你快点搞点吧。
OK 了。
OK 来，为什么这样多人没有做完呢？来，下一班 Matthew。
OK，看得到吗
Yes。
我差不多基本上弄好了，就只剩下那些手还没，那个 underarm 这个部分还没弄，我还有一些 seam 的问题还要再修，在 Photoshop 里面。
很多 seam line 的问题咯，它单你看 pants 那边都很多了。
就有一些 seam line，我等一下会在 Photoshop 要再修一下，给它 blend 起来了。但是差不多全部东西都 wrap 好了啊。
你的那个 model 的 nipple 啊，那 nipple 太开了。
这个啊？
太外面了，你要进去一点点，那 nipple 的 texture。
要再进去，太歪。OK，我来挪一挪吧，在 Photoshop。
你 Photoshop edit 就可以了。
可以，我用那个 liquify 是不是？
都可以啊，你用 stem liquify up to 你了。liquify blur 掉，你用 stem 比较好了。
哦，用 stem 控 stem 比较好一点
用 clone 比较好了，你用 liquify 它会 blur 掉的。
啊。基本上就
裤
这样
子啊，裤子比较严重啊，裤子。
啊。然后裤子比较难一点，等下我来修正。
你那个 armpit 那边也是哦，armpit 那边很多那个黑的，那个 underarm 也是，你看
啊，对对，我等下要再 wrap 这个部分，对啊，我会找那个 texture 来。
这边你可以 back 到的，它有这个 underarm 的那个 pictures 的。
我有看到，我只是还没弄到而已。
快了哦，尽快搞定它了。
我差不多了。
OK。OK，等一下啊，我写一点东西。OK，来下一位志浩。志浩。
诶，等一下啊，放大，我换 screen 一下。
你换到了吗？
换不？我重开一下
你重开。
更烦，
你是 share screen 有问题是吧？
应该是。
可以吗？
等一下啊，我开发。诶，等一下，对，对，
你的 file 有问题是吧？
可以好诶。
来，怎么着？你这边怎么样？
我做好 pictures，然后 map 还没有翻啊。
什么还没有放？
搬 map 啊，你讲那个搬 map。
还有呢？
specular，刚刚问你东西的时候，你讲换 specular。
原来是你。
啊
对，你是讲那眼睛吗？这样。
对。
对，眼睛的话是要用 specular 来 control 的。
OK。
当然啦，如果我们是 depends on project 啦，以后我会教你们，你是 animation class，所以以后我会教你们用不同的 shader 来做的。现在我们用一个 shader 就够了。以后你们是会学到用不同的 shader 来做眼睛的 material。这个我们就。
我懂这么移不到呀，我 lock camera 了。
什么鬼？
我刚刚 lock 到 camera，所以我移不到角度啊。
搞错吗？OK。OK。Simline 好像也没有太大的问题。 都做到啊，那个 Simlight 的
Simlight 你是指那个线条是吧？
UV 的
那
UV 线，
个
还有 UV 线。
哦 UV 啊，做了。对啊，
还没有，I mean 你那边看不到那个 UV 线就 OK 了的，你不用开它的。
哦
啊，你那边整个 model 啊，你看起来没有那个，还没有那个好像很严重的线条，然后看到那个 texture 的分别啊，我觉得没有那个就可以了的。
，OK，
你说放你的都 OK，只是那裤子，你 focus 去裤子那边一下，裤子的后面
裤子，
这么高，前面这么低吗？很奇怪啊。
他确实弄到了，我在想要不要移下来，可是我也不懂哎，我就
我觉得
感觉有时候感觉 make sense， 像蹦是屁股翘，所以裤子高嘛后面，我也不懂啊，所以不懂要不要调低这样。
哪里来的 make sense 你的？
不啊，我就看到蹦是屁股翘一点，所以裤子后面高，然后前面肚子有点凸出来嘛，这样啊。
哪里来的 make sense？你这个应该后面低一点，前面高一点，都要调。
OK OK，我试一下。
去调一调它。哪里
OK
怎样看成 make sense 我都不懂。好，调一调它。
OK OK，这个是。
OK 了，你的没有太大问题，只是你的那个 bump 跟那个 specular 快点了哦。
OK，
OK 了，就这样子。说话有什么问题吗？
没有吧？然后
OK， 来下一个。Canyon。
哎，看到吧？
等一下啊。OK， 可以了。哇，
这样
他穿袖的裤子啊，他穿袖的底裤。
那个旁边那些我没有去弄啦，我只是弄好这个 T-shirt， 不是 high class 我不懂。
OK，
然后只是那个缝啊，我是用那个 3D code 来弄啊，我不懂。它看起来是 OK， 但我不懂它之后放那个 brown mat 下去，它会不会 affect 到这样子哦？我可能
你只
就
要 make sure 不是 color 就可以了，它是要有 skin texture 在的。
因为可以看一下，我觉得它这边好像有点太 smooth 了，我
就是
就
太 smooth 了。如果你 3D code， 你是用 projection 还是 paint？
我是用那个应该是 cloud 吧，一个就是那种就是像那个 Photoshop 里面那个 stand 这样子，就是哪一边的，然后这样涂这样。
这样子肯定是 color 哦。
是啊，
你要用 texture 啊，因为你看它的 simline 啊，它的 simline 的部分，其实你可以用那个，你可以把这一个部分 crop 出来，去放它的这个身体的部分的 texture 嘛，这样子它又有 texture， 它又有那个细节，你转去 bar mat 的时候，它又不会滑滑的。suppose 是用 rub 的方式去 fix 的，不应该用 3D code。因为 3D code 除非你们会 import 那个图片来 project 那个图片上去你的 model， 那个我们叫 projection。因为这个我相信你们是不会的，因为你没有教过嘛。
没有教过。
对啊，所以除非你有自己去研究啊，不然你那个只有那个方式才可以让你的 texture 是有那个细节的。不过就是颜色吧。
这样子的话，我这些也是要拿回去 Photoshop 里面去。我 try 过了，有点难这样子。
你要用那个 texture 一样是 rub 旁边的 rub 旁边 rub 手臂，一样 rub 的，一样 rub 的。
这样我可能再去调一下。
然后我觉得你的整个 skin color 啊，主要一个问题就是它现在很像那个怎么样讲？你 zoom 进去，然后你转45度，你看它的好像那个怎么样讲呢？你看它身体中间就是白白的、亮亮的，然后身体旁边就比较深色，好像那个龙的景啊。 那种 dragon neck 啊，dragon neck 啊，不是下面比较 bright color 的，对吗？
明白。
其实 skin color overall 是很接近的，只是你们在做 texture 的途中，可能就是 color blend 到 blend 来 blend 去，然后有些变 contrast。所以 suppose 就是要用 rub texture 的方式来 fix 掉这个问题的，然后你又可以 fix 到那个 sim line。哦，你 try 看
这样
这个。
老师能够 demo 吗？因为我也是不太懂这样子。
所以你讲什么？肯定我听不懂。
我是讲我是讲能够 demo 吗？还是不是？
可以。等一下我整理你们的问题，我再这个叫 demo 的，我就先 note 起来哈。等下我 demo 给你看。
这样子我就传一个到那弄一下，我就 OK。
OK。那裤子前面也是要给它高一点的，太低了。
OK 可以。
好奇怪。OK 就这样。OK 来下一位一起肉。
Hello。
Yes。一下子再漏着。OK 好了。为什么没有做完？为什么没有做完？
这个那时候我找不到裤子后面那个，但我找到，可我还没有去做。
找不到裤子后面为什么会找不到？
因为那个 file 我没有 download， 我只是 download 那个就 front post、back post 然后手的那个 file， 另外 folder 有那个裤子我没有去 download。
这样都可以没有事。你收签什么？是那个 texture 吧？
我还没有做那个 bump。
只是签那个裤子罢了。
对。
还有 bump。身体那些呢？你顺便去看，你有用别的 texture 来 rub 吗？你的那个 armpit 那边，你看很严重哦。
很严重的呢。
你要看回去了这部分。
然后这些手本来这边是粘不到，但我就一点，然后又加 color 那你刚才讲不能放 color， 可能我要去改要
用那个什么 rub 的，不用紧，等下我会再 demo 一轮。
OK 可以。
你们不明白，你们要跟我讲哦。OK 不用紧，等下你看了过后，你看明不明白，你再问我啦。
好，可以，没问题。
尽快啦。
好的。好，谢谢老师。
OK。来下一个，倒水。Mina。OK 来Mina。来 turn around zoom into the shoulder part。turn around seam line。a lot seam line but overall it's done right, the texture. Mina.
But the eye, I didn't do the eye.
The eye you can download a texture from internet.
I already have, but I didn't do the UV yet.
Okay.
I already have it.
Okay.
How can I make this line disappear?
Actually, I did demo last week.
Oh, okay.
last week when I talk about the texture, I think I did demo Never mind, later I will demo again. Since some of you still not understand about this, later I will demo again. Try to fix it try to fix it. The same line. I think you left only the same line, right? You press 3, make it smoother. Make the model smoother. Press 3. Wait, how come Then you press 6 again. Why you use blend? Why you use blend? The final texture you should use as standard surface. You know. You should change the shader to as standard surface.
Okay. So just change this one.
Yes.
Change this one.
As standard surface. Yes, this one. Then you apply again the texture, not to the color, to the subsurface. Go down. Subsurface color. Open the weight to 1. No. You just drag the slide bar. Yes, to 1.
This one.
Yes, and then subsurface color. Apply the texture map. This is the skin shader lah, the skin shader. And then you go out, and remember to apply your specular and the bump lah. If not, it will look like oily model. Then go out. Go to upper layer. Then the air standard. Then when you click again the model. Then you go again the shader, and the radius you go red color.
This one?
Yes. Just click the color. Yes. Go red color. That's it. And then the scale 0.5. 0.15. Yes. That's it. That's the skin color. So who haven't adjusted this, you can follow the setting lah. But anyway, for this one I did demo last week lah. Actually, you guys can refer back to the video last week, the last week video. Later after I demo, then you try to fix the seam line. I think that's the only problem. So do you do the bump and the specular?
Not yet.
Faster lah. Okay, that's it. Any questions so far? No. Okay, no. All good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, like next transfer.
Yep. 还没有新来那全部还没有弄。
OK， 哇。
Yes， 这些全部都还没弄好。
这样不爱穿裤子。
没有，因为我那个 reference 我没有去用到那个 reference， 我也是之后才知道他的裤子在另外一个包里，忘记了。
什么鬼哦？为什么会这样子啊？这个我之前不是提过吗？都是提过的东西来的。
我在弄这的时候我没有想到。
然后你很多白白的洞了，
这个等一下应该可以 fix 的。
然后很多 seam line 啊，去 fix 掉它。来转一转看，来，有没有什么好看的来？尽快了。尽快了。来下一个 ，Dex。来 zoom in。Alexa， 为什么没有做完 ？Alex 你 mute 了没？为什么没有做完？
就因为一下子没有，就只是没有时间，不是没有时间啊，就没有做到它了，就只是没有做到好吧，没有动到它。我没有other explanation 了，我只是做这期assignment比较多了，这3个礼拜没有什么动到它。
看啊，等一下啊，你们的下面做完啊，这个 render 很吃时间的，你们懂吗？你们 render 这个啊，至少要1天来 render 的。你们到时候赶其他 assignment 的话，然后这个又赶不及 render， 怎么办？快点了 觉得没有做到，
尽量。
你是完全没有 wrap 到吗？
你是讲那个 texture warp 进那个UV 上？
Yeah。
那个我忘了一半了，一半了。
我一半了。
我一半吧。
尽快啦，尽快啦。安排好你们的时间哦。好，安排好你们的时间。
OK。
Okay, like next. Joy.
Because.
Okay. 来 Joyce， 等一下录着。OK， 那个看到。来，你的 progress 为什么还在 UV 这？你在做 UV 还是做哪些？
我 UV 了texture。
也是没有做完的事。
还没有，只做，还有几个部分还没有做。
还有很多，哪里只几个？还有很多。你不要 wrap 到完全身啊，应该差不多会有30多、40张 map 的，50张都有可能的。你要看着办了啊，尽快了啊，各位。好，就这样。
好。
OK。你们谁没有做完的 ？We haven't finished. To be honest. I basically I will just ask you to like do faster lah. Because you didn't finish, I won't, I don't have any feedback, right? Okay, so demo how to fix the sim line, you're going to grab the sim line. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, the Maya crash. Hold on. Open Maya again. Let everyone join my screen. Okay, like, is everyone join my screen? Should be 13 of you. Yeah, okay. Okay, right. So because just now I think my file is missing. I cannot find my own file with UV. So I'll use your senior work as an example. Okay, so just now I think most of you still not sure how to fix the seam line. Okay, so you can see this is the UV cut line. Right, so which means if after you bake the front view, the side view, you see this part will get the deep line, the deep UV line. So for this part, you see normally we will do something like this, which we apply with, let's say, our UV set. Okay, we go to map 1, and this part we apply an UV, and we apply an plana, which actually same like how you bake the head front view, the head side view. 然后它跟你怎么样去 bake 那个 head 的 side view 是一样的。Oh, we cover only this part lah. Okay, and then I click upon UV planner. 哎呀 crash again. What happened? Okay, so after we done our UV and brought the side view, so you will get something like this, right? And then we can unfold. So this is the other part, okay? And then we scale down, maybe the other UV, we move it beside first. Okay, we're moving here. And then we go apply the image. Okay, we apply the body side view image. Okay, side view. I don't know. Okay, we look for the side view image. The body image without the arm blocking. I think this one should be fine. This one. Or maybe we try another picture. Oh, you see this one also okay. Side view. Oh, 170.174. Okay, and then we apply the image. Okay, and press 6. Okay, and then we again just drop the picture. Like this. You see, you can get the details. Oh, the hell? What happened? Can you guys understand this? 大家明白吗？这个部分？
明白了。
明白。
你明白啊？ So you see, actually you won't have any seam line. Even without using the what's it again? 3D code. Actually, you don't even need 3D code. You just need to wrap the image part by part and by seam line. So blend the texture between the front and between the front and back or other part lah. Okay, who have seam line problems, make sure you use this method to fix. That's the only method that you can get the texture details. You see, this method is actually same like how you blend the face, the front and side and the back. Actually, totally same method. Just you need to choose the seam line part to wrap extract image only. And then the armpit also same lor. The armpit, then you just point to the armpit part, and then we walk this part off. Or maybe you can find the closer image. Or try to don't use color. If you use color, your texture won't have details. You have only color. That won't looking nice lah. Okay guys. I think I don't demo this lah. I just keep crashing. I think kind of wasting time to keep open my Maya. But anyway, I still need to restart my PC. I'm not sure what happened. So give me 10 minutes. So I'll restart my PC and check see whether it's got problems or not. And now you try to finish up the texture and the lighting. So later after I come back, I will talk about the render and the setup. Okay? Okay, set up a camera and rename it to render, and you can go panel. Oh, before that we adjust the size first. Or we go render setting. We come to render setting first, and then make sure it's Arnold render. In common, we render TIF, so it will include the alpha file. So when you edit, when you import it to After Effects, it will include the alpha lah. So you don't worry, it don't have alpha or transparency. Or TIF is the best option lah. And also it's a higher quality pictures. Okay, and compression format, you just ignore it. Okay, and then frame. For now, we still using for testing first, because later we need to set up the render setup. So we use single frame first. Okay, we use single frame. So later we will go when we want to render turntable, we will change to the animation frame lah, with the name etc ext and hashtag. And then for the frame padding, we don't need, and we go down here, make sure the camera is render, which we rename lah, the camera. Okay, then the image size, render 2K. We render 2K, which is square size, square size, because after you render the square size and you export 1080 HD from After Effects, so you can edit the square size. So because in preset in Maya here, we don't need to like render the widescreen size, because the tool size is empty. So you're just wasting time to render the long scene only, the white scene only. So normally I prefer you render the square scenes, so you can edit whatever in After Effects, since you guys are going to like edit the video in After Effects ma. Okay, and then we remain the preset to 2K, and make sure it's 2048 lah, and the resolution is 72. Okay, and then we go to Arnold renderer. So anti-analyzing, I'm kind of sure you guys know how to set up the sampling, right? Because I think you did render before, so you should understand what is the sampling. Should understand okay.
Yes.
Okay. Which the higher anti-analyzing, the higher quality. Which the number higher lah, they will higher quality on which part lah. So normally I'll prefer if let's say your machine not strong enough, so maybe remain 4 is enough lah. So if your machine is powerful enough, then you can go to 6 or 7. Or you're not sure but you want to test, you can try start at 5 anti-analyzing. And then the diffuse specular, we put it 3. Transmission, because we don't have anything, is transparency, you just leave it default. And the skin, at least 3. If your machine is powerful enough, you can set the anti-analyze to 7, diffuse to 4, specular 4, skin to 4. If you have enough powerful hardware to render lah. If you don't have, you just remain it to 4 lah. It's fine. It's fine lah. It just you might see some pixelated lah, just a bit lah, just a bit. Okay, and that's it. Oh, that's it. And later we're going to test render for free image, so you can see the is it got flicker or sampling problems. Oh. Okay, so after the render setting, then we come to the camera. After we set the camera, which you make sure you in render, and we go panels again, and we go kill off copy, so it will come out the camera like this, and we open the camera frame, open the color, so you can see the overall scene, how does it look like. Oh, so make sure it's inside the inner frame lah, the inner green frame. 哦，这个最里面的这个青色框框。哦 mine don't have foot so make sure you include the feet Okay, so you get something like this, and slightly to front view lah. Oh, so let's say after set, then we go view, lock the camera, so you won't touch the camera lah. So again, you open all the lighting, and you can test again. If you didn't follow the lighting just now, you can test again lah, something like this. Okay, so let's say everything done, which the render, the camera, the camera and the lighting is done. I need to make it brighter. It's a bit too dark. Oh, it's too much. Okay, so let's say after everything done, then we set the turntable. Okay, go to your model, make sure you group your model, and rename it human GEO with geometry, human geometry, and set the animation using the group. Don't use the model itself to set the animation. We don't use the model, we use the group to set the animation. Okay, so we put it 250 scene frame, and we key in the first frame, and we key in another key in the last, which is 250 frame, and we turn rotation Y to 360, so which is one whole round and key again. Okay, and then we select the group, we go graph editor. You can see the curve now is like smoothened, right? It's I think it's linear. Yeah, it's linear which means when you play your animation, you see it will slow down and slow up, slow down. Oh, normally we don't need this we just make it a whole straight line, so you will keep looping. You see, you will keep looping, it won't stop. So when you edit your video, it will easier to show everything, it won't slow down. But of course depends on people. You see, some people, they want to they want to slow down, but normally we don't we just make it keep turn around. Okay, so that's it for the turntable and everything set up. Okay, so after done, then we go render setup. Okay, so for rendering we need to render 3 modes, which first is beauty, which means the color. Second one is clay, which only the model shape with the clay color. Third is the wireframe. I would say the wireframe is the faster, the color is the second one, the clay is the slowest. You need more times on the clay render. Okay, so first thing first, I think we delete this. Okay, so first one, of course, it must be color because we apply everything is the default, so it must be color, it must be beauty. So we're going to create the other two, which clay and wireframe. So we create a new layer, and this one we call it clay. and we right click, we create collection. So this collection we can ignore it, we don't need to rename it. So select your model, add into the collection, and right click again, we go create material, override. So this material, because since you want to create the clay material, but you don't need to adjust the material manually, so we're going to use AI standard surface and we use the preset. We're going to use the preset materials. Okay, you can go preset, you can see a clay here, and you replace. You can change the color lah. So let's say maybe you want your clay color is like, you know, slightly red color, okay, something like this. Okay, and then you change the eye, the render eye lah, to the clay, and then you test render. Yeah, I think I render directly, don't I test render first. Okay, and then you play. So this will be your clay, the clay mode. So for the clay, you only need to like change the color. You depends on you lah. If you want to remain the default one, up to you. Up to you. Or you want to change color, up to you. But try to make it just make sure the color is clear and something like this lah. Which clean enough to let your audience to see the details and see the model, see your model, to review your model. Okay. So far okay for clay. All good Okay, so next wireframe. So wireframe, I think it's easier lah. Yeah, just remember you to rename lah. So again, create a new layer, right click, create collection, and again we add a model, and again we create material override. So for the shader, you can type AI wire, which AI wireframe lah, because we're using Arnold, so of course we're going to use AI on the frame. So we change the eye to the wireframe, and again we test render our eye. Hold on. Oh yeah, remember for render AI wireframe, make sure you press 1 only, don't press the smooth mode. Also it will render the lowest wireframe lah, and make sure you adjust the edge type to polygons. Don't press 3 to render your wireframe, because it will smooth follow the wireframe, the wireframe mode rendering. It will follow your smoothen mode, including the polygon. Okay, so maybe if you want to adjust the white, you can also slightly adjust, maybe 1.2, make it whiter. Also it look contrast lah, or it looks some more contrast. Okay, so that's it. After we done the render setup, so we can try to render the image for the beauty first, which you can try something like this, because we always try render few pictures before we final render, because if you didn't try, you won't know any problems come out on the render image. We got two things to test. First is the render time. Depends on the quality. Let's say if you want to put it higher quality, so we try to put it 6, and then you see after we render, okay, so after done everything, then we test render one image first. So let's say you see, okay, so let's say you see hold on I think mine should be quite fast. Mine should be quite fast. Hold on. Hold on. I think mine should be less than 2 or 3 minutes. Hold on. Oh yeah, when you render the final moon, the beauty moon, remember to press 3 lah. Which the models should be smooth lah. Hold on. Normally I render the some project for one image. I use like an hour to render. Depends on quality lah. Actually a lot project, especially the big project, the render time is quite long, but the quality is really good lah. Almost done. So later we need calculator. Mine don't have texture. If let's say with texture, it might be longer, or maybe need around 3 to 4 minutes. So that's why you need to test your rendering time first. Oh. Hold on. Just left a bit only. Faster. Okay, just left a little bit. Okay, so it take 4 minutes. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So let's say I press 3 and my model with texture, we round up 5 minutes, because mine for now is 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So I round up 5 minutes for one image. 5 minutes. So we have 200 frame. 250 frame. So total you need 1250 minutes to render the beauty scene only. For clay would be longer, like 30%. Maybe I set it like 8 minutes for one picture. Yeah, around there lah. So let's say for the beauty, I need 1250 seconds and minutes to render. So minutes, which we divide 60, which 20.8 hour to render only beauty. Oh, of course the setting is different. Mine is just now I changed to the 8, the anti-aliasing I changed to 6 ma. So with higher quality lah. This one. Which means you see you need 20 hour. You see let's say half day you white day you use your daily day to do your work, and the night time to render your work, right? So one day maybe you got 10 hours to render your sleeping time, so you need around like 2 days to finish the beauty render, beauty only. So you need something like this, the testing like this to test out everything, to calculate your render time before you render everything. So far until this part all good.
So far okay. Are you using GPU rendering?
Okay, good. Okay, so after you calculate time per picture, then you need to see if, let's say, the time is you're okay with the time, the rendering time, then you just render lah. But make sure you don't crash with other project, because other project you also need to render. So make sure you calculate the time properly before you render everything, because I believe other project you also need a lot of time to render, since you have 4 subject, right? I think you at least you got 3 subject need to render, is it? I'm not sure, I forgot already, but at least 2 lah, at least 2 subject you need to render. Anyway, I not prefer 20 hour or for only beauty lah. Maybe try to make it like 15, below 15 hour lah, or below 15 hour, or depends on your machine lah, or if really cannot render, or your machine is too bad, you might need some help from your friend lah, or because if you didn't get help from your friend, I'm not sure you guys can finish it because you cannot like tone down the anti-aliasing too low, because it will like noise, everything will look noise, it will look noise. Anyway, conclusion, if let's say after you calculate the clay wireframe scene, estimate lah, for let's say my model lah, for my model lah, estimated the time is like 25 to 30 hours lah, 30 hours. So you need like 3 to 4 days to render everything. You see 3 to 4 days to render everything, but that's the situation, in a situation that you didn't render wrong. If let's say you render wrong things, you need to render again, you need maybe 1 more days or even more. So make sure you test first before you render the final animation. All good,
Okay then.
Okay, so after we test out this one, so the next we're going to test is the frame. Like you can go change the frame animated animation, and then you change to name, hashtag and ext for this one, and you test render from frame 1 to 5 first before you render 250 to check when your model play, is it got any noise or any flickers. 这个是让你们可以 render 5到10个 frame， 你们可以 check 看你们的 model 有没有 flickers， 有没有 noise， 不然的话你们一 render 完你们才发现的话，你们要重新 render 过的 所以呢 make sure 你们去 test and 如果有 noise 有 flicker 的话呢，你可以去 render 这边，你可以去 clamp anti-analyzing samples， 然后呢你还可以去等一下在哪里啊？对，这个罢了。好，you just need to check the clamp anti-analyzing samples. If you really cannot render the analyzing to at least 4, you might need to adjust the AOV or some setting in system to make your rendering your outcome not blur and noise lah. But normally it's okay lah after you check the clamp anti-analyzing samples. Normally. Okay, so make sure you test render first before you render everything again. Okay, so far all good for the render setup and the render setting.
All good.
Yeah.
All good, everyone can render. So I recap. First thing first, set the camera and set 3-point light, and set the animation, which create a group for your model, and make sure you create the group animation in the group, not the model itself. And then set up the render setting, render setup, and render setting. After done, test per frame and test per 5 frame to check the animation and the picture the time, and calculate the time and estimate the time in case you render wrong, or you need how long you need to use for the render time, and how long you need to polish your assignment. Everything you need to calculate first, since now we left only not enough 2 weeks. Okay, so that's it for the rendering part. So next week I will brief you about the submission, and I will show you the sample, and I will share something with you by next week. So for next week mainly is for the post-production of our character modeling one, and also if you can submit, that's of course is better. Of course lah, in better quality lah. Don't just rush your work and submit by next week. I don't want to rush your work lah. So make sure you submit. You can finish everything and let me know your problems so we can fix. At least you got 1 week to fix. Yep, that's it. Next week I'll mainly talk about briefing and some sharing lah. Not more about the assignment already. So far we already in the render stage. So, and I believe the compositing part you guys also learn in the whole lesson to learn the compositing. So you should know how to play around the video, how you want to edit the visual. Alright? All good? Any question so far?
I have a question. I would like to ask you how long you render Daikin transformer.
Daikin? Oh, the work I did. I forgot already. This really long time already. It's about like 8 years already now.
Okay.
I already forgot. But when I did the robot, I used my own machine. I think kind of long time, but I'm not sure. Forgot already. But current workflow for one picture mainly render around like 1 hour for one picture. To render all the details. An hour but my graphic card not that good lah. I'm not sure my graphic card the hardware time lah. I think if I get 3090 RTX should can finish in 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, cut half the time. I'm not sure. 还有问题吗？ Any other question? No. Okay, good. So we have half an hour because the check-in time is too fast. Okay, so I think the rest of time, I think I just leave you guys to continue your work. So any question or problems, you guys can ask directly lah. And yeah, that's it. Bye. You guys continue your work.